In the Red River Valley of the North, the horizon is big. Remarkably, this span seems even more grand in the winter, when tranquil beauty settles over the land. But what these images don't exhibit, at least at first glance, are the often brutal, wintry conditions that accompany them, and how the big sting they bring becomes even more intense, and how the locals begin to talk when the air really begins to move.
Oh yeah, it's cold as heck.
Yeah, it's cold out here today.
Oh, it could be a lot colder. Good day for hockey.
The fact is, it takes downright hearty, industrious people with a big tolerance for seasonal contrast to live on this tundra.
Yeah, darn tootin'.
Especially in the winter. Only the truly robust thrive here. Why, even in summer, which is greeted with big appreciation in these parts, weather records show July is the only month that has never tallied measurable snowfall. And just as any resourceful populace adapts and culls the very best from their environment, the exceptional among them naturally rise to the top. They walk a little taller, they are self-assured, and they exhibit compassion for people. And it is their nature to strive each and every day to make life a little better for everyone. Take a good look around this northern countryside and you'll find more than a few folks like this.
Yeah, they're the nicest people.
Yeah, they're pretty nice folks.
Oh, just the nicest.
And among all these nice people, we've managed to find one guy who's not only figured out how to stay warm when it's cold up here, he's happy to share that warmth. You might recognize him. That's Dale Stauss. Now, those who know Dale will tell you, first off, he's a really talented guy. He's got a heart of gold and an even greater desire to share that big heart and his talents with people everywhere. By all we've just described to you, Dale Stauss is the very picture of Red River Valley big. Now, to be fair, compared to someone like Paul Bunyan and his pet ox Babe, he's not really that big at all, but as you will discover, it's not always physical size that's most important, especially as it relates to this story. Throughout his lifetime, Dale has established an indelible mark, seeking excellence with dogged determination as someone who knows the value of service and leadership. And bottom line, he's just a really good guy.
Good luck, Dale Stauss. Hey, Dale, we're going to Disney World.
Yes, he is a good son. Just ask his mom.
As a tiny child, it was hard to make him mind, but it turned out real good.
He's a good dad and brother, even if a bit mischievous.
I do owe Dale for one. Well, they talked us into boxing each other. And we went to this gym and we came out of our corners and we're getting ready to go and the bell just starts to ring and Dale goes, "Lynn, your shoe's untied." And he points down to it and I, like a sucker, I look down, boom, he hit me in the face. And so Dale, I owe you one that someday I'll probably give you a boom.
And we're told he's a pretty good husband too.
Oh, he's a pretty good guy sometimes.
He's known as a good neighbor and an exceptional public servant.
He certainly was one of our outstanding board members, and I was there for quite a while and saw lots of different board members go through, and we had a lot of good ones, but Dale would have ranked at the top.
And he is a top-notch Shriner who will be the next top-notch Shriner. So how'd he get that way? In order to get the full story on Dale, we'll have to go back a ways. It all started on his birthday, April 4th, 1944. From the very beginning, Dale's parents, Albert and Ethel, were strong role models, and they built a solid foundation for their growing family.
I'm sure that Dale inherited many of his qualities from his family.
For Dale Stauss, there is no question family was, is, and will always be a top priority.
Certainly Dale and Cheryl exhibit that they're very strong family ties. In fact, I saw how that carried over into his work with the school district.
But we always grew up knowing they were there for us and being a very close-knit family and doing things together.
Like a lot of kids, Dale spent his younger years running free, swimming and playing baseball in the summer, but in the winter, it was all about hockey.
Hockey, hockey, hockey.
There was hockey in the morning, hockey in the afternoon, and after Dale and his buddies were finally dragged reluctantly from the rink by his mom's dinner call.
And the only thing that would take you out of there is Mother had a good set of lungs. And she'd holler, "Boys," or she'd holler your name, and then you were supposed to get those skates out right away because supper was ready and you get home and eat it, and then you can go back.
From a very early age, Dale exhibited an uncanny ability to recognize things that are important. For example, he approached his hockey in the very same serious manner in which he approached his attendance at school. His mom tells us, and here's the proof, he had nearly perfect attendance, 11 years plus, without a missed day. As time would tell, all of that school and all of that hockey did pay off, and in big ways, as Dale and his brothers were instrumental in making hockey an official high school sport in East Grand Forks. The fruits of those efforts paid off just this year with the very first Minnesota State Hockey Championship for the Green Wave. Later, Dale would go on to play college hockey for the University of North Dakota, where he and his Fighting Sioux teammates earned a spot in the NCAA Frozen Four. To this day, the entire Stauss family wears the green and white proudly, and naturally, hockey is in their blood. Never one to shy away from adventure, Dale chose to become a goaltender. Now, anyone who knows anything about the game of hockey will tell you, goalie is not a position for just anyone.
Kickers and goaltenders, they're unique.
You gotta be tough. And from those early days on, hour after hour, game after game, Dale endured like a rock, a steadfast, puck-gobbling ranger in the goal mouth. And if you believe the stories of his old hockey buddies, he withstood many an agonizing peppering between the pipes. But his brother Lynn says that through it all, Dale hung in there, and he became a pretty darn good goalie. He even goes so far as to take partial credit for Dale's success in the net.
He was a very good goalie. As a matter of fact, we take the credit for making him a good goalie because when he played with us, we were so bad, they got so many shots on him that it trained him to be a goalie. He would set the records and stuff sometimes with shots in our area.
Just like Oshie.
Once Dale's hockey playing days were in the books, he turned his attention toward starting his own family and a life of community service. 1967 was a big year. That's when Dale met Cheryl, and a brand new and exciting chapter in both of their lives began soon after. Dale began his professional career as a teacher and became a successful hockey coach. Later on, he excelled in the insurance business and found even more success as a partner in a construction business he founded with his brothers. All of this, along with valuable life lessons learned from raising 3 daughters and a son with Cheryl, was rapidly making this already solid guy even more so. To say the least, those days were a very busy time. All kinds of important events were taking place. One very important benchmark came when Dale joined Shriners International. Around the same time, Dale's public service career was moving into high gear as he became a member of the East Grand Forks School Board, a major contribution that would endure for more than 20 years. The year 1997. One that will not soon be forgotten by the residents of the Red River Valley. An unusually brutal winter produced massive spring flooding. Communities up and down the valley felt the effects, with some of the worst damage occurring in Grand Forks, North Dakota, and East Grand Forks, Minnesota. It was during this time that experience and leadership would prove to be invaluable qualities. Dale's brother Lynn was, as he is today, mayor of East Grand Forks. Along with city, state, and national leaders from both sides of the river, he was on the front line of efforts to spearhead the valley's recovery. At the same time, Brother Dale was potentate of the Chem Shriners, and fortunately for the residents of his community, he too was on the front line, this time as chairman of the local Board of Education. Once again, that goaltender's medal, along with pure ambition and genuine business savvy, would go a long way to save the day. Much of the community was devastated. Entire neighborhoods were wiped out. Fortunately, rebuilding the schools lost to the flood was high on the list of issues to be addressed. With Dale's leadership, the schools were replaced in an extremely short amount of time and with efficiency and quality previously unmatched. Dale's willingness to spend time, his ability in the construction arena, and desire to have our district to be as good a district as it could possibly be. Those are qualities that you look for, leadership qualities, and certainly Dale exhibited those. So now, by remembering the hard work of the past and watching a successful journey to the events of today, you get an appreciation of what Red River Valley Big really looks like.
Oh, he's a little funny looking.
Oh, in what sort of way?
Kind of in a general way.
All right, enough with the Fargo already.
Well, that's different. Yeah, you darn tootin'.
Whether it's for family or community, no matter the project or group, Dale has been able to find within himself the right stuff to help others. He has been able to provide a spark and then guide momentum as it swells. And he's been able to show that you can have fun along the way too.
Hey Dale, this is serious stuff.
More and more, it's right there, that remarkable knack for getting the job done. It is a gift he has cultivated over the years, armed simply with a big heart and a desire to contribute, and the boundless support of a loving family. So, as we press on, in this case through the snow and ice and freezing cold, it's important to remember the humble beginnings of just where this story got its start, and how the lessons learned along the way have led to this day.
It goes back to fundamentally who they are. They have taken on this challenge, they are invested in it, they believe in it, and they're going to see it through and give it their all. And you know, you talk about caring, I don't think there's a greater cause in the world than what the Shriners Hospital does. You know, I was very fortunate in college to get to work at our Shriners Hospital in Minneapolis for a couple summers, and you know, I'm a nurse and I've worked in a lot of different settings, and I can still say that's my absolute favorite place that I've ever been. And I think my parents, they take that and they believe it and they live it.
Dale, this is your mother speaking. I want you to do what's best. Just be what you can be.
Well, I wish you guys the best of luck in everything, and I know you both will do an amazing job, and I love you both, and I'm very proud of you, and we're all very proud of you, and we'll be there to support you in any way we can.
Well, Mom and Dad, I wish you all of the best in your upcoming year. I know you will both do fabulous because you are two fabulous people, and I am so appreciative of the wonderful role models that you've been for not only me, but my children, and I hope you have a fantastic year.
Well, Mom, Dad, I wish you guys the best of luck, and you know, congratulations on making it through the 9 years and one more year to go. Enjoy.
Breathe, and hope you have some time to enjoy the experience. I know that you'll look back and you'll be like, where did the year go? But hoping that as you're in it, you can also take time to breathe and to enjoy.
And now, we'll look forward to an amazing legacy. How this story can make a difference. The contributions and efforts of a hardworking, fun-loving hockey goalie, a son, a brother, a husband, a father, a Shriner, and a true friend of the community from a frozen northern land. We're moving toward an exciting new time with the promise of warm and wonderful days ahead, and most importantly, to the continuation of a better life for those in need through strong leadership, family, and brotherhood from the very heart of the Northland.